Hi, I'm Howard from CycleVan. Our website, Sprinter World, has all kinds of goodies for sprinters, sprinterworld.com. We have all kinds of products and devices to make sprinter owners' lives easier and more comfortable. And today we're introducing our door limiter strap. Owners of sprinters 2019 and up will probably be able to agree that these doors swing all over the place because the existence of a limiter strap that the sprinters used to have up until 2018 don't exist on the newer models. So in the case of this particular van, we have a drop-down ladder rack that when the extension ladder comes down, and if this door should swing around, it would contact the back of the ladder and damage the door. We can't have that. Or if you're a sprinter owner and you've ever tried to load lumber or sheet goods in your vehicle at Lowe's or Home Depot, you know that the windy parking lot, this door can swing out of the way and hit the side of the van or a car parked next to you. Can't have that either. So again, a sprinter, we've designed this door limiter strap setup, which is removable. This is it fully installed on this side. This door opens 90 degrees, which it would open and stop at anyway, but there's nothing really to hold it in place to keep it from swinging wildly to the other side. So very simple. Bolt a strap in a bracket. If you need to open it larger, opening, and you do so. When you want to put it back, like that. Installs with a few simple tools, and we're going to show you how to do that right now. All right, so we're ready to install the strap on the other door. The tools you're going to need, very simple. Some open-end wrenches, 3/8 drill bit, a marker, tape measure, impact tool, or you can do some of this by hand if you don't have that, and of course a drill. In the kit, you get a strap, the bracket, some fasteners, the plus nut, these special fasteners, and the installation tool that goes with them. So let's get started. So setting up the location of the first hole, which is the top hole for this bracket. Okay, we're going to identify where this top hole is going to be, and once that's drilled, we'll have the position to make the bottom hole. All right, so the reference points that we use this indentation. The very bottom of this indentation, you're going to hook the tape measure, over that, and you're going to go down to 19 and a half. And then you're going to, from this edge right here, you're going to come over 1.5 inches. I made a little mark where we're going to drill. As you can see, there's some spot welds here. That's these 2 layers of metal that are welded together inside the door. This is the most structurally sound area for us to make our bracket installation, and that's why we're doing it right here. I'm going to take a center punch and get that spot marked. You don't have to do that, but this drill bit can walk sometimes. We're going to drill it with a 1/4 inch drill bit first, and hold on to the door. Okay, so we got the first hole drilled. Oh, let me make mention. The drill bit in this case is less than 3 inches long. You're going to want to make sure your drill bit is not protruding out of your cone of your drill more than 3 inches because you don't want to dent the outside of the vehicle. Anyway, first hole is drilled. Next hole, we're going to drill using the bracket as a guide. Make sure it's straight along that side. Mark, center punch, and then we're going to drill. Now, once these holes are drilled, we're going to enlarge them to 3/8 to allow us to put the expanding plus nut fastener in. This little device expands and becomes much larger on the back side of the metal. This way you don't have to try to get your hand inside the door and put nuts and bolts in. And then it gives us a nice 1/4-20 threads in which to bolt our bracket on with. So we're going to drill these out right now. Here's our 3/8 drill. This drill bit's a little bit longer than I would like to use without some type of drill stop. So we're going to put this little rubber sleeve on here to act as a drill stop so we don't make a dent in the door. this plus nut is an expanding fastener, something like a molly, but not exactly. Something like you'd use in the wall in your house where it expands when you want to hang something in the sheetrock. But here's what it looks like behind the metal panel. As you can see, there's a great amount of bearing surface that's generated by this device expanding. So it's going to give you plenty of strength on the backside, and that can handle what we're asking this bracket, what kind of loads we're asking that bracket to handle. Here we go. I'm going to do this first one by hand, and I'm going to do the next one with the impact gun. So this requires a little bit of effort to push into the door. 9/16 wrench, and then 7/16 wrench to tighten it. So just get your hand on there, put that in, hold that against. Okay, I'm deploying the plus nut now. I can feel the resistance as I'm going. Now, the resistance gets way, way higher once it starts to bottom. You don't really want to muscle it past that. Just give it a little bit extra, and then you're done. So all you got to do then is unthread that. And you got this nice, clean 1/4-20 hole, nice and strong, ready to go. Okay? Next one I'm going to do with the impact gun. It's the same, but you don't want to overdo it. That's it. Now we're ready to install the bracket. Okay, we're ready to install this bracket, and you got the 2 bolts, and everything's going to line up because you were careful to put those holes in the right spot. What you're going to want to do is start these by hand. Don't start them with an impact gun. Start them by hand. Get a good few threads on them before you decide to tighten them. And if you find that you might have gotten overzealous on the deployment of those plus nuts, sometimes it can distort the threads a little bit. If that's the case and these things don't want to thread in easily by hand, put a little grease on the threads of the screws, and that'll help you overcome that bit of resistance. All right, so we got those threaded in, and we're going to tighten them up with the gun. Just tighten them, you don't need to kill them. So the bracket is installed, and we got to drill a hole now for the mount point for the other side of the strap. Okay, where does that go exactly? Well, you're going to pop off this little vent cover here if it exists. If it doesn't exist, you got this hole that's certainly there, and you're going to pretty much find the midpoint in the hole, and you're going to go up 1.25 inches from this edge here, and you're going to make a mark, and you're going to drill. Yeah, 2.5 for 1.25, so we're right next to that little spot weld. Sometimes they're right there, sometimes they're not. All right, so we got our mark made, and we're going to get set to drill. So I got the center punch. Now if you notice, we're near these spot welds, but that's noteworthy because there's 2 layers of metal here. You got these 2 layers of metal that are overlapped and welded, and that's a real strong area for this strap to be drawing its strength from. We're going to drill that with a 5/16 inch drill bit, and we're going to be neat about it. And we're going to okay. Now we're ready to install the strap. So the strap has the elastic on. The elastic faces the door jamb, and we're going to use the 5/16 bolt with the washer, and we use a flange nut on the back side. It's got little teeth that keep it from backing out. So we're going to put that in there like this, and we're going to get our fingers in there like this. We left the towel in there in case we drop the nut. It won't go down flying into no man's land. A flange nut, many times you don't even need to hold it with a wrench on the other side because the teeth bite. So we're going to want to make sure that that's nice and straight, left to right, and we're going to tighten it down. And there she goes. So we went ahead and designed these straps with the elastic for this reason. When you close the door, the strap stays away from the door seal area. Yeah, plus it's nice and neat looking. Now when you want to open the door past 90 degrees, just pull this in, pull the strap, and go around. The reason why, of course, we put this, as we said earlier, is that these doors have a tendency to sail. When you get a big wind, you're trying to load, and if you have a drop-down ladder rack, this thing could swing around and hit the ladder or the rack, so we don't want that either. Anyway, the only thing I got left to do after this is pop the little square in place, clean up all your metal chips because there's going to be a few around here, and you get in those all nooks and crannies, you want to get them all out. And of course, the next thing you need to do is call CycleVan and order a set of these. You can reach us at 732-238-3110, and you can see some other fine products for your Sprinter on sprinterworld.com. Thank you.